Hello, YouTubers. Hello, subscribers. I hope that you're having a wonderful Saturday. I'll try my best not to keep you guys too long, but you know me. I like to break things down and explain it. A little bit is a little grouchy. We are supposed to be going somewhere. I'm going to try to do this video quick and fast. So let's get started. Kisses to all of you. Thank you. Don't forget to hit like and don't forget to comment. Hello from Scotland. Hello from Colorado. Thank you for letting me know where you're from. It means a lot to me. Also, too, one of you said you were sending me something. I am so excited. I was on my husband's phone and I was responding to it on my husband's phone. And I was like, oh, they're not going to know. They're going to be like, who is this? So sorry about that. I just got a little excited. And it's just so cool. And yesterday we went and we were looking at different little glass, like an armoire or like a little glass case, so I can put everything in. And I saw this there was one, it was kind of rustic looking. And I was like, is that going to go in the office? So I got that for a different room. But I did find a black one that was really cute. And when I do get it, I want it set up behind me so you guys can see all my little wonderful things that my subscribers send to me. I want to make sure it's visible. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. It's over. This hype, excitement, all this around the Duchess of Sussex is gone. Oh, wow, Harry's marrying a black woman, a half black woman from America. How exciting. This is so cool and da-da-da-da-da. But that has all come crumbling down. Soon and very, very soon, either 60 Minutes or some channel is going to do a new, what would you call, documentary on Meghan and Harry. And it's probably going to read something like this: The Rise and Fall of the Montecito Duchess of Sussex. Because this is what you call fall. Fall from grace, fall from everything. This is it. There's nothing after this. Have you heard that she's signing with Hulu or signing with CBS, Oprah's station? And BET, isn't Tyler Perry finna own the company? Meghan is surrounded by these A-listers that are surrounded by power and is surrounded by doors that should have been flooded open for her, that she should have had like a ice-capade full of just options. And she did. And she failed at each and every one of them. And that's why what has happened is what Tom Bauer said in his book about her talents and what she's about and what she can and cannot do is showing. The reason why you didn't have a podcast before, Meghan, is because you're not good at it. The reason why you're not playing a role with Jennifer Lopez in a movie is because that you're a D-lister and that you would probably make the movie go kaput because you don't have the talent that these companies need to get you to where you need to be. And so shame on you, Spotify, for thinking that you were going to get some money from her or make some money off of her. Oops. Oh. No one's watching the saga of Meghan talking about the royal family and how she was this victim. It all happened so fast and so quickly. She met a prince 6 months later. She married him 6 months later. After that, she's pregnant with this child 6 months. And I'm paraphrasing. 6 months after that, she tells the queen she's done being a princess. She's trading down. Since Meghan decided to compare the United States and the UK, I have to do it because this is what she was thinking. She thought that, oh, I just want to be a royal so that I can be an A-lister in California. But as she was trying to be one of Oprah and the rest of them, to be on their level, she forgot the fact that they worked hard and dedicated their entire lives and energy and self into building their brand. It took Oprah years to bring that sucker up. It took Beyonce years to get up there. And by the way, isn't Beyonce still working and making money? And if you're going to be living in California and in a Montecito, you got to have the money. You got to be working. That money has to be a constant flow. And it's not a constant flow. Come to find out, Netflix isn't giving them $100,000. And the Spotify brand didn't make a lot because she was canceled after she's canceled. Here's Oprah and here is Meghan, thinking that she was on the same level as these people. Now that she became a prince, meaning influencer, meaning her career, her resume, everything. No, it's insulting for her to think that she was better than any of them, or better than any of the A-listers that she invited to her wedding. She set the scene. She was telling us what she was going to do. See, when I get to California, I'm going to be hanging out with Oprah and the rest of these people. George Clooney and all of these. I am not hanging out with family members. She set the tone about what she was going to do after she got married. What was that? To become best friends with Oprah and do this stupid interview that cost her everything. I don't care what you say. I don't care what no one says. Meghan's reputation and her brand was built on trashing the royal family, lying, and that's why her career is in the toilet. Number one reason. And then second, the talent and da-da-da-da-da. Because even during the time she was bashing and trashing, she was trying to build her brand at the same time. But Oprah or no one said, wait a minute, Meghan, no one's looking at what you can do skill-wise at the same time of you trashing the royal family. So as you're trashing the royal family, we're trying to figure out where you fit with your brand and your trashing. Because without the royal family, you wouldn't be here to be able to brand, because they made you the global person that you are. So my question to you, Meghan, is how is it possible for you to get on the Oprah show and trash the very thing that got you on the Oprah show, and then turn around and want us to see this goodness in you, influencer, award, brand, and how she's going to become, all at the same time doing the trashing and the nastiness and telling your father you're done with him. No, killing your father off. He's had 2 strokes. He almost died twice. And she didn't call neither time to see if he was okay. But I'm going to watch something she's got going on. No, that's me personally. But other people are going to be trying to figure out what she's doing just to see. And other people are probably genuinely interested. Not. No, I didn't switch the subject and I forgot what I was saying. My point is that the very thing, here's the royals, the very thing that you needed so that you could become who you are, as soon as you became that, immediately turned on the very people that made you who you are. Check it out. She instantly became a global personality, because she married a prince. And she needed that to become, because without it, she would have still be a D-lister actress. But all of a sudden, now that she married Harry, who's this woman? But the very thing that made her who she was, she turned on it. The very people that gave her the Duchess of Sussex, she turned on it. The very thing that was going to build her brand and make her successful, if they were going to be able to, she turned on him. You can't do that. You can't trash the very thing that made you who you were and think that it's okay. It's just crazy to think that it's okay for Meghan to call the family racist and all this other stuff and still want to build something off of Duchess of Sussex. Every time she gets on TV, every time she says something, every time she opens her mouth, she wants us to know that she's the Duchess of Sussex. So what you're trying to say is because since your husband is royalty, you're going to take that with you, but you're going to throw back all the other stuff that you don't want to do and all the stuff that isn't fun or it's not Hollywood. You're going to give that back, but you're going to keep the name Duchess and think that on that title alone, it was going to get you Spotify, Netflix, and Oprah. It did get you. And the very thing that it did, it's also destroying you. Oprah's destroying you. That interview destroyed you. No, but it's Harry's fault. All this is Harry's fault. I didn't see a love story because she was too busy trashing the family. She had too many stories going on at once. And the main story that she wanted us to know is that she didn't fail. It's not the royal family. It's not her that made the mistakes over there while she was over there bullying staff and mistreating them and telling them what they were going to do for her. It wasn't her fault. It was everybody else's fault. So she wanted us to know on the Oprah show that the royal family fed her to the wolves after they gave her the Duchess of Sussex in this 30-pound wedding. And then Charles walked her down the aisle, gave her a cottage, gave her money, gave her an allowance, gave her everything and more than what they normally would give to Catherine. But she was fed to the wolves. She sat on the Oprah show with this arrogant, pompous attitude, lying on the royal family after they made her who she was. You were only special. Sorry, this is one of those moments I'm going to keep explaining. So if you want to fast forward it till I get to the next point, by all means, because this is interesting to me. She's nothing without Harry. She is nothing without the royal family. She is nothing without the connection. And it's even so evident now when we're seeing she's talentless. There's no talent. And even if there was going to be, we can't see it with all the muffering. We can't see it because of the car chase. We can't see it because of the racism. We can't see it because of the coronation that you didn't go to. We can't see it because you're killing off fathers and families and stuff. We can't see the beauty that if you did have any because you're a trasher. I think it's more than being a victim. I think she uses that. And it's sad because she used Tyler Perry with the victimness. She used Oprah, Gayle, and she uses everybody with the victim narrative. She had Tyler Perry putting up fences and stuff on a paparazzi that she asked to fly over drones for her show. So it was a lie-a-thon. It wasn't a docuseries. It was a lie-a-thon. When you see the Kardashians, but you can't even compare that show that she does to them, that's talent, natural talent, that they can just walk around in their house and start talking to each other, and it's interesting. But Meghan can't even talk to mega stars on a Spotify. She had Serena on there. Come on, guys. She could have asked her since they're best friends, she could have asked her anything she wants. What's off limits, Serena? Nobody's ever done a real interview. I've never watched an interview with Serena. And nowadays when they're doing interviews, they're so controlled. You only can ask them for certain things. So how did you and your husband meet? So, okay. And so when did you guys decide to have a kid? So, no, no, no. What happened to your last match when you failed? Or when it didn't go as well as you thought? What was you thinking in those moments, Serena? I know I switched the subject. Here's the deal. She traded down when she came to the United States. It just depends on who you're talking to. If you started off as a princess, as a royal princess, you couldn't get no higher prestigious than that, because people around the world knew who you are. Not just in the United States, everywhere. And now everybody is seeing you everywhere fail. You got fired from a major network that said you wasn't good enough. And I heard the CEO or the executive or whatever he is, Bill, called her a grifter. These things are being said about Meghan are not good, and she can't control it. She can't control the press. They can't come over here talking about, they didn't happen, because we're going to talk about it and we're going to debunk it. And just like the New Yorker said, she came over here lying. There's not a 2-hour car chase over here. It's bumper to bumper. Let's move on. Meghan, she can't relate to anyone. That's why it failed. She couldn't. I would have been investigating. She didn't investigate Serena. She didn't figure out who her best friend was. She knows nothing about Serena. Because if she did, then the conversation would have went a lot better. No, they talked about Compton and where, she's not from there. That's the only thing that I got out of it. And that she wanted to talk about how Archie almost got burnt up in the infirmary. And I'm exaggerating and made that end of that up. But the fact of the matter is, and I don't even think she said it during that time, but she wanted us to know that she felt black for the first time when she was in the royal family. How are you feeling now? Do you feel white today, Meghan, or do you feel black today? Because I'm just wondering. Because they had to run out of the UK so fast because the royal family was after them. No. Hollywood was in Meghan's tailbone. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say that. Trying to get her over here. And then when she traded down. And the reason why she traded down is because the people that she is trying to be like over here worked hard and still are working hard. Beyonce was in London the other day, working it, kicking it, singing those songs, and making that money. That's her legacy. What is yours, Meghan? Trash in the royal family. That's your legacy. That's what's going on right now. Nothing's changed. And then, so you decided, I don't want to be up here a royal, a dignitary, become that. I mean, she could have been. No, she traded down. She wanted to be a A-lister. But what she failed to realize is that she wasn't an A-lister when she was a D-lister, and how hard it is to become an A-lister. And then when she married Harry and figured out, now I'm an A-lister, I can go over there and do whatever I want to. No, you can't. Now you're a Duchess that nobody even let me tell you something. Nobody care. And the reason why no one cares is because over here in the United States, you're not considered a princess. You're considered Meghan. And if you don't have anything to show us talent-wise, then we're going to move on. Because we don't care. We don't care that you and Harry are going to an event and you're going to pick up an award. We don't care that you guys are going to New York City to read a book and all this. No. She misses the memo. When you get an invitation to a party, she doesn't read all the details. There is no way on this green, grassy earth that I would have left being a royal to decide to be a celebrity. It didn't work before, so why would it work now? Moving on. So that was a big mistake. And I said it. I said I was going to say it on every channel that I say. When her and Harry came out with that privacy, they were going to do it on themselves and make their own money, I was shocked. I was like, what woman is giving up royaltyhood to come over here to work hard to be a celebrity? And you can hang it up, presidents. See, why would us people in the United States vote for her to be a president when she has nothing to offer anyone? She's not relatable. When she was on her podcast, there wasn't any connections with her, with the people that she was interviewing. Meghan was talking about herself. And it was so boring what she was talking about. She's not interesting. Sorry. Almost done. There's no more moments. That's it. Her opportunity to become whatever she was going to become has run out. Now, all she's just doing is, what she's going to be doing now is throwing things out there and see if it sticks. And WME, let me tell you something. When they signed on the dotted line, as soon as she signed on the dotted line, things kept going downhill. Yep, the New York City car chase, the coronation debacle, the date night. It was a waste because it ended up not being a love story. It ended up being Meghan faking it and pretending that she loves her husband so everybody can be like, oh, see, they're still in love. No, the honeymoon phase is over. So word on the street is that Meghan's going back to doing what she used to do before she married Harry. Are you trying to say, Meghan, that before you had married Harry, you had something going on that was so great that was making you a whole bunch of money? No. Why are you reverting back to old things that did work during the time, but how was this? You left it. And now you're going to revisit it? To me, it's stupid. Why would I revisit something that happened a long time ago as if it's going to do the same thing today? Nothing that she does or do from this moment on will be looked at. I'm telling you, people are not looking at her stuff. And you need people like me to look at it so that you can become popular. She needs clicks. She needs shares. She needs likes. She needs attention. She needs love. And the one thing she doesn't have over here is that. And if your popularity sucks over here, you will not be successful. You have to first get me to like. I don't care that you're the Duchess of Sussex. That doesn't mean anything to me. What can you do? Why am I sitting here watching you and listening to your podcast and boring the heck out of me? I'm done. She doesn't have it. She failed at it before, so why are you going back to do it again? Meaning, she failed at being an A-lister. Even with the TIG, that didn't help her. And I'm not saying that it wasn't like a horrible success, but it was a success on the level that she didn't want. That wasn't good enough for her. If it was, wouldn't she still be doing it? Or wouldn't she, if Meghan was content in the situation that she was in when she married Harry, then why did she fly over here, straight over here to California, Montecito, in the heart of everything mixing and going and paparazzi in it and doing it? Some of you said I'm saying that name wrong. I will say a lot of things wrong. And I just hope that some of you have know my mannerisms and realize, oh, okay, I got it. That's what you call friends. That's what you call a connection, where you're just like, oh yeah, she jacked that up, but I know what she was talking about. They're looking at her resume. Let's look at Meghan's resume. What have she done? What does she have to offer? How can I make money from this woman? Not that she's married to a prince, because that means nothing. America doesn't care that she's married to idiot prince because he's running around acting like an idiot. No one trusts him. His word is watered down right now. He's got to build himself back up for anybody to really listen to him. Because I'm telling you, that speech he had the other day at that veteran place was not for everyone. It was just for him. That's what he's good at. But no one's watching. Sue Smith had something on, was showing us how they have speaking engagements. Harry can make money off of speaking engagements. And according to the clip that I saw that she did, it showed that he could make $100,000 a speech. That ain't no money. It's gonna cost him $100,000 just to get there. They're not in the millions anymore. I talked about that yesterday. They're in the hundreds. They're in the six figures. They ain't in the sevens. I think sevens is millions. Six figures, Megan. You was doing that at the D-list stuff that you were doing. Now you done reduced yourself down. Your brand has been watered down to mere pennies. Ooh. And let me tell you something. Spotify ain't just, it's everywhere. She is in the news. Next week, when I go to the grocery store again, they're going to have Spotify cancels Meghan. Every paper that she's been in has been negative, negative, and negative. And talking about her personality, how she treats Harry like a puppet, how she has destroyed his life completely, and how she has alienated everyone that loved her at some point. This is who we talking about. And not one moment did Oprah tell her, look, girl, because if I was her friend, I would have said, listen, this ain't working. And you don't need WME to help you with this. Common sense would tell you, don't do that. Don't you do that at the 2-hour car chase. Don't you do that stupid stuff. Don't you go on the Oprah show talking about the family is racist. Even if you thought they were, don't you say that. Because you still need to use the word Duchess of Sussex tomorrow when you get ready to brand yourself. It's just disgusting. She gets on Oprah, they're racist, and then the next day she's just on Spotify like she didn't, like she is a Beyonce. Like she didn't work hard from when she was 2 years old to become the Duchess of Sussex. No, you told us that the royal family was racist and you wasn't going to get the titles because of Archie's skin color. You turn around and you take the titles by force because it's their birthright. But you lied to Oprah and us about it, just like you lied to Tyler Perry, just like you lied about your father and your sister, and you are a big fat liar. It's disgusting. And it's hard to watch someone like that. What's interesting about this entire conversation that I'm having with you guys, I've said this a long time ago. The dust. She won't let the dust settle. Like one of you said. And I said she was moving too fast. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this and let's do that. And nothing that she was doing was talented. The book, bench. What happened to Pearl? Pearl doesn't exist. And then these docuseries. And then those speeches that she come up with by herself. Don't they have speech writers that write stuff for them? Excuse me, sorry about that. Here's what I don't get. And this is shocking. And I know I've said this before, but I talk about what's on my mind. Here's the brand. Okay? The royal family is the brand. Without this, I'm nothing. I'm a D-lister. I'm going back to where I was. But without this, I'm nothing. And so She took it and she trashed it. Just racism, suicidal, talked about the Queen's curtsy. I mean, you name it, she dissed. Turned down an invitation to go see the Queen after they were like, oh, she canceled on me. But then, no, she said she was busy. But then you gonna tell the Queen, no? Who does that? You don't go to the coronation? You don't support the king? He's the brand. You don't support the family? He's the brand. You don't support your husband? He's the brand. But you want to use the very thing. You want to get inside and use the name and use everything and make money off of it and build you. And don't give me that you don't want to build with them, because you can't build without them. Your name alone, you alone could not do it. Because if you could have done it, then you wouldn't have needed to marry Harry. But you married Harry because you needed it. And then you trashed it and thought that, that we were going to do that too. But we were like, wait a minute. Why would you trash the very thing that you need? You're nothing without it. What happened was she got cocky and believed that, I got it now. I don't need you guys anymore. I'm going to go to the United States and use this to my advantage. And now that the dust has settled, she has gotten fired by Netflix, by Spotify, and whoever else. She doesn't have a job. The only thing that she has right now is the archetypes. That's it. She's not making money at Netflix, so is that considered working? She's not making money from Spotify because they have told her it is over. And when one company like that big says it's over, the rest of them is like, oh. Don't bring her over here if you guys are losing millions. And then the CEO of the company is talking about their grifters, and he said the F word. They're users and they're abusers. They're manipulators, and they whine and cry. They whine and cry to Oprah and Tyler Perry, and they got suckered in. And I don't know how relevant and true this is, but yes, she used the race card, and it feels like Oprah and Tyler Perry ran to the rescue. They were mistreating you. No. Oprah, you was at the wedding. You knew she wasn't being mistreated. Didn't you see Charles walk her down the aisle? I was just letting them tell their truth. Oprah, you were visited more times than she was actually over there. She was only over there a year and a half. And what did you visit? 2 or 3 times? And all this happened? They don't have nothing else to say. And if they do say anything else about the royal family, how is her brand going to grow? She needs the royal family connection to be relative. Over here, what is she going to do? Star in one of Tyler Perry's movies that's going to flop-de-doo? That's next. This is what I wrote. The Duchess was her brand. The Duchess of Sussex was her brand. But it doesn't mean anything over here in the United States. We don't consider her a princess. We consider her still a D-list actress that is trying to get a brand together that doesn't exist. But since her talent is not there, and that since she trashed the royal family, and that's all we've been watching, it's like, in between there was a brand. She was building her brand the same time she was trashing the royal family. Where? Spotify? That's what's her brand? And then they try to pretend like she was this great, and giving her awards for Spotify and Netflix and stuff. Them stupid rewards. The rewards that they keep giving her and putting on her makes her believe that she's great too. It's stupid. Because she's the only one showing up. How is it possible to become a princess, trash it, and then try to monetize and make money from it, and then build a brand? They ran over here from the United States. They got on the Oprah Winfrey and trashed, and then she turned around and wanted to brand the very thing that she was trashing. And then we, Americans, was trying to figure out what the heck she was talking about. Never understood it. Now the dust has settled, and now it's crumbled. It's over. There is no brand. There is no Duchess of Sussex. She's at a point where now she's going to have to really try extremely hard to become. Because now she's going to have to show us what her talent really is outside the Duchess of Sussex. Because the royal family doesn't even acknowledge that you exist. You're not even a part of it. We were interested in her because of her connection to the royal family. Now that she's not connected to the royal family, look at Hollywood. Oh, bye, Meghan, bye. Why, Oprah, did you allow this woman to destroy herself on your show? You didn't see the element of her talking about the royal family would be stupid after she had only been there a year and a half? And then she couldn't give you any more examples of being treated like a black person? But Gail wants us to know that they know what's going on over there. We do too, Gail. Nothing. A whole bunch of lies coming out of Montecito. And then the royal family is over there dignified doing just... Oh, let me tell you something. What they have done is shine a bright, shiny light on what's going on over there in England with the British royals. They are on center stage over here in the United States. It's not Meghan. Unfortunately, she managed to squander her popularity to the toilet, and no one wants to hear about her, but I'll start picking up the papers that Catherine's in. I'll start getting those too and reading those. I'm excited about that. The contrast. The royals that are real royalty and the Montecitos wannabe, but they have just destroyed. They look like idiots. And I don't think that the royal family is feeling sorry for them, but I do think that they're concerned. And anybody that's watching it and seeing it should be. Because without Meghan having a brand, she's back to where she started from. She's back to square one. She's back to making $100,000, not millions. She's back to being a D-lister, the very thing that she doesn't want to be because she's the Duchess of Sussex. And she's blaming Harry for her popularity because it's all his fault that she's not the global brand anymore because of his family. Remember, she blames Harry for his family because Harry blames his family on the docuseries. He says, I feel like it's my fault. And what woman would allow him to even fix his lips to say that? I would have said, no, honey, I don't want you to take on that type of burden for me. I chose this life with you. No, she allows people to take it. Suck it and do it. That's why Harry is over there at the courthouse running around fighting on her behalf. He will be fighting forever. She will always have bad headlines from this moment on. I haven't seen anything do a switcheroo and change to make her be this great humanitarian. Fake award. This is how delusional. Like Kinsley said, they're delusional. I believe that there's a delusion going on because you go and you talk about how the royal family was racist. Then you pick up an award. Karen, your credibility is shot from that Kennedy Foundation idiotness. Why would you even put that on an award? Fighting racism in the castle. Calling her the Duchess of Sussex at the same time. Hello, Duchess of Sussex. Brand. Hello, Duchess of Sussex. Here is your award. Here is your award for calling out racism in the brand. Why are you talking about the very thing that you need to make you better? You are them. You are a part of that. You can't separate yourself from the royals. That's just you. She tried to separate herself and create her own brand with the Duchess of Sussex. How stupid does that sound? That's what happened. She wants to get rid of Harry because she wants to brand herself now. She's just excited everybody knows who she is. That's one thing that she's got going for herself. And now she feels like Harry is the problem and that she needs to get away from the royal family and all of that because that's what made everything go downhill. No, you made everything go downhill because you tried to control us, the media, the royal family, and everything that you touch because you controlled Tyler Perry, you controlled Oprah, you controlled your friends. They do whatever you said that they did. They did it for you. And she's not relatable. How can anybody be friends with her for 15 minutes and not see that she's the victim? She sits around in her Montecito home talking about the very thing she needs to become, to make the millions. No. Stop calling yourself the Duchess of Sussex. It's crazy. Moving on. She trashed the family and she trashed her brand at the same time. Both of them simultaneously went down together. She trashed her brand and her title over here. Because if she just had came over here and not lie on the royal family, I don't know, because her talent is so sucky. I don't know if she was going to be able to do that with her. Beyonce's on tour in London. She's got little Blue Ivy out there doing her stuff. They're working hard on that stage, dancing and jigging and stuff and singing. What is Meghan doing? No, and guess what? Beyonce ain't got to work another day in her life. She could just sit back and just enjoy the endorsements and the $1 million coming in and da 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 because she worked hard and dedicated her life to her fans and everything that she loves. And Meghan, you just want that quick fix. You want us to like you just because of something that you said or whatever. You're not likable. You're not relatable. You're a very nasty individual. You feel entitled. You're a manipulator. You lie. You use the race card. She trashed the royal family, and it's too late. Okay, so here's how my channel is gonna continue to play out. Okay. What we're going to be talking about is the latest on Meghan. We're going to talk about how her brand is still continuing to go down. And then if it starts to change, we will talk about that. But for the longest time, it has been doing this, plummeting. And I don't know about Spotify and the rest of them that's on the side, but I wouldn't work with her unless she did exactly what I said that she was going to do. And I'm going to pay you what I think you're worth. And it won't be in the millions, baby. Because now she's got to start at the bottom. And she's got to now work her way back up and to millions. Because have you heard about $1 million deal? Have you heard about any contracts that's coming in? The only thing we've been hearing is it's over. You're done. No more Spotify. No more Netflix. No more money is being given to these grifters, to these wannabes. Your talent was being in the UK and doing exactly what you said you were going to do, and that was serving the Queen. You would have been great at that. Maybe. I'm almost done. She's not invited to any of the King's events anymore. They have cut her off. It's over. I would be surprised and shocked if they invited her to anything else. Watch it. She's never going to be invited again, not no time soon. The drama and the nastiness and the despicableness that comes out of Montecito, they're done. We're not going to deal with you and your shenanigans, where you want to be when you get here, what side of the road you're going to be on, and if you're going to be on the balcony with us. You don't even have to worry about those questions anymore, Meghan, because you're not even invited anymore. And so Americans are starting to believe, oh, what's going on with that relationship over there? Is it completely over? Why do we give a care about what's going on with Meghan if she's not a part of the royal family? That's what made her interesting. That's why Oprah hopped on a plane to run over there to get the story, because she was married to this historic family. Oprah didn't know Meghan before she met her, before she invited her to the wedding. No. You didn't find that suspicious, Oprah, that you got an invite and none of the rest of the family didn't get an invite? And why didn't you go interview the family, Oprah? You love to do that to get their side of the story. No, you didn't. You didn't talk to Samantha. You didn't give Samantha a moment to tell you that, oh, by the way, she's lying to you too. It's interesting to see Oprah sit back in her seat and get ready to let Meghan just go in. This is the moment that I have been waiting for. This is the moment that when I watched Oprah get on that show and let Meghan say that the royal family was racist, this was the moment. And previously, because I knew Oprah's reputation would take a hit, especially from the UK. They have no respect for you, Oprah. And you want people to respect you. You don't want someone to come. Let me tell you something. Oprah worked hard for her legacy, okay? For some little D-list actress to come in and bring it down. Now, she will never be able to destroy her reputation, but she did put a dent in it. Meghan did put a dent in Oprah's relationship, because when you bring up Oprah, my mind automatically goes to the interview with Meghan and Harry, and it will always do that. Oprah Winfrey's coming out with the new film Color Purple. I made a comment that how many times can you remake the movie? They got a great cast. I think it's probably going to be a great show. I'm not going to see it. Listen, I'm out of here, guys. What else did I have to say? No, she can't go nowhere. She can't go nowhere. She can't be invited. I want to go to the wedding. I want to go to the Trooping of the Guards. I want to go to Jordan and dress up and look beautiful and wave and do all that stuff. I want to be seen. I want to be noticed. Meghan. But now you're pushed to the back. Now we see that you lied on the entire family. Everything that you said, and listen, Netflix and Spotify had their own self to blame for thinking that this was a good idea. And I'm sure Netflix is losing money. And they're just trying to hang on to these two to try to see if they can get some of their money back. Good luck. Let me know what you think about the video. Please leave a comment. Let me know where you think Meghan is. Is she in a good place? Is she coming out of this? Is she going down or up? How long has she been going down? They're broke. She couldn't get a hotel room in New York City. $8,000 for a room should have been nothing to her and Harry. That should have been automatically. They should have whipped out the card. Boop. Just do however you do it with the money. No, they're broke. I believe, I don't know what Netflix gave them, but I believe Spotify gave them a little bit of money, or maybe a lot. Maybe they gave them the whole 18 million. I don't know. I think I read somewhere that they didn't. And so Spotify, if you didn't give them all that money, what are you whining about? Aren't you paying them what they said that they were going to do, and then you're done? Or did you give them all the money and then you're expecting more? Nope, they're talentless. That's why it should have been called a trial run. Let's see if these two are even going to make us some money. What if I decide to have my own business? Because I'm thinking about it. I'm not going to put you on full-blown benefits and everything and all this other stuff until you can prove to me that you are a loyal employee and that you can do the job. That might take 6 months. And so until I can get that, then I'm going to pay you what I said I was going to pay you. The raises and all that and benefits that I'm going to give you later depends on you. Kisses, guys.